Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Gamefromscratch, and after Unity had their whole runtime fee and all the fallout that happened there hasn't actually been a lot of sales up on the Unity asset store. As far as I can remember, there has been one, and to be honest, it was sort of meh. But today, we don't have one, we have three. Yes, we have three asset sales on the asset store, three MegaBundles. One of them is fantasy, one of them is realistic, and one of them is sci-fi. Although you could probably call a realistic one more of the catch-all bundle. It is the most expensive bundle, but also probably has the most interesting assets in it. I love this approach because they're organized based off of genres. So a lot of times, like if you're into fantasy stuff, you're not going to want to buy the sci-fi crap. And if you're into the sci-fi stuff, you're not going to want the fantasy thing. So instead of putting them all into one giant bundle, they split it into three. I very much appreciate that. On top of that, these bundles are also pretty much all new. I'll show you in a few minutes what I already own from these bundles. I've got another browser logged in, and we'll do a comparison there. But for the most part, everything you're seeing here is new, except for in this particular bundle here. We'll get back to that in just a minute. So we're going to go through them one by one. I'm not going to go into do one by one of each asset in them. I'm just going to look at each particular bundle as we go. The first one we got here is the fantasy bundle. It is $20. So again, there is a single tier on these bundles. And by the way, these bundles are going to be available for quite a while. So when this goes live, you'll have 27 more days left to pick up these bundles if you are on the fence. By the way, if you're using another game engine, you can export these out and run them in other game engines. You do need Unity to do the download. However, just one of those things to be aware of. I will have links down below to how you can actually export these out. By the way, also using my links does support me, and thank you so very much if you do. So again, only a single tier of assets here. So the fantasy bundle gets you the environment, weather, nature VFX pack, the low poly medieval fantasy heroes basic pack, the low poly fantasy bundle, which has 10 packs in it. You're getting the melee combat system. You're getting the V favorites 2, the fantasy forest environment, the line works, easy outlines, edges, and fills, the Umbra soft shadows, better directional and contact shadows for the universal render pipeline, the stylized fantasy dragons pack, the K-Kit adventures for characters pack, Adventurer's Character Pack for Unity. By the way, I do know Kay. He's a lovely guy. On top of that, we got the Decal Splines, and Pure Nature Islands. And then finally, we get the Monsters Pack there. So you're getting, that does look like 13 assets there for $20. Again, pretty much all around a fantasy theme, other than this favorites one here and this outlines one. Obviously, have some usefulness to them too. And then we got a soft shadows tool in here as well. Any of these you want to learn more about, you click there. You can click here to actually go to it on the asset store often if you want to find out, what pipeline it supports and that kind of stuff. But that is a bundle number one. Now, bundle number two is the realistic bundle. This is the biggest bundle, and this is also the most expensive bundle. So this is $45. And here you're getting the easy mini-map system, the Obi soft body, the smart tools, the real-world terrain, the running water VFX, the sand effects pack, the ultimate chat box, Lumina GI, real-time voxel global illumination, realistic car controller, the character controller pro, Decalery, Obfuscator Pro, Pegasus, Online Maps V3, Crestwater 4 BIRP, the House Props and Furniture Volume 2, Realistic Eye Movement, the Altos Volumetric Cloud Skybox Weather for the Universal Render Pipeline, and finally you're getting the Realistic Rock. So like I said, this one is more of the catch-all of like the tools and utilities type stuff, like smart tools and so on. And in some ways, probably the most interesting to me, because it's stuff like this that I like the most, to be honest. I love tools, just in general. Maybe it's just one tool likes another. But again, $45 for everything you see there. And then finally, we have the Sci-Fi bundle. This one is $25, and here you're getting the Space Combat Kit, the Sci-Fi Neon High City, the Sci-Fi Ship Controller, the AMS UI Soft Mask, the Sci-Fi Sounds, the Modular Stylized Cyberpunk Street Environment, the Sci-Fi Cube World, the Sci-Fi Space Station Heavy, the Mighty Tracking Scene Optimization, AI Tracking, and Physics Debugging plugin, lightning system, and the customizable 3D characters bundle. So there's a couple of things in each one of these that isn't necessarily in theme. Like this guy here is maybe a bit of an outlier. And then if we go back to this one, again, these two right here are more generalized utilities, but you can see how they look together. So if you're making an RTS or a role-playing game, you want to do outlines, this could provide it for you. It's an interesting collection. The art styles also, for the most part, seem to go together. So if you're buying the pack, you should basically be able to use everything you see. Same thing when we get back to the sci-fi side of things. This one is a little bit of an anomaly. I guess this one is as well. But everything else should play well together. So I do love the fact for this particular set of bundles here, they've done it and split it by themes. And I know that's something that you guys have said in the past. Same thing where the Humble Bundle does like a Unity and Unreal Engine. You're like, why? If I'm using Unity, I don't want to use Unreal Engine. If I'm using Unreal Engine, I don't want to use Unity. Well, same kind of thing applies here. If you're not doing sci-fi, why would you want, or if you're doing sci-fi, why would you want the fantasy stuff, and vice versa? So I do like the way they set this one up. Now, I mentioned earlier on, most of this bundle seems to be completely new, and here we are logged into my account. So I'm logged in now, so anything that I already own will be grayed out. So in this case, you can see in the realistic bundle, the only thing that I've already owned from my previous Humble or Mega Bundle here is the Character Controller Pro and Pegasus. And Altos and Realistic Eye Movement. So we got 4 items in this particular bundle that I've already got, but you'll notice if you go to the other ones, I don't think there's any. So not a single purchase there. So everything in this sci-fi bundle seems to be new to this particular bundle. And then in the other bundle, the fantasy bundle, nothing there either. So the only things that you've got to watch out for if you've been like hoarding like I do on this channel is these ones here from the realistic. So make sure you don't already own these if these are what you're interested in. But yeah, that is this month's stuff. Again, you've got 27 days to pick this one up if you were interested. By the way, once again, if you do use my link, it does support me, and thank you so very much if you do. So yeah, Unity Mega Bundles are back in a big way. The question is, are you? Are you interested in Unity asset sales? And again, you can export these out to other engines. You can find some guides linked in the article down below. Let me know what you think. Talk to you all later. Goodbye.